Hi there, my name is Opulence Abundance. I am a speaker, a healing professional, and a conflict navigator. I wanted to make this video to support people who may be actively in crisis. In this video, I'm going to share a healing technique that will involve us tapping different parts of the body while you hear me go through a script to help process and integrate and ultimately help yourself calm down from that crisis. What we're going to do today is something called emotional freedom technique. And that is where we tap on a series of spots on our body. There's a couple ways to do it. Some people do it while the leader states an affirmation and then people follow and do the affirmation. The way I like to do it is to be continuously tapping in a cycle while I say a script and the person just listens and taps along. You can tap at your own pace or you can follow me. So the places we'll tap is we'll start at the side of the hand. We'll move to the top of the head, the top, either side or both, the top of this brow bone, the side of the brow bone, underneath the brow bone. I always do right here, underneath the nose, the chest. I always hit it like this. And then you can alternate side, karate chop under the armpit. Okay? So we then, after the armpit, we'll go back to the top of the head. We only tap here at the beginning. Okay, thank you for coming on this journey with me. Find a place to sit or stand. I just invite you to take 3 breaths with me. Okay, let's get started. Even though I feel so overwhelmed in this moment, I unconditionally love and accept myself completely. Even though I feel scared in this moment, I unconditionally love and accept myself completely. Even though I'm having a million thoughts racing through my head and things feel very urgent and I feel very confused and I feel like there's so much I need to do, I love and accept myself completely. Even though I feel angry or resentful of this situation, even though I'm angry at myself for being in this situation and I want to be in any other situation right now, I love and accept myself completely. Even though this feels like my fault in some way, and even though I feel resistance and I want to pretend this isn't happening, I love and accept myself unconditionally and completely. I love and accept myself unconditionally and completely. When I think about this crisis, I feel overwhelmed and my chest tightens and my stomach clenches and it becomes difficult for me to think and make decisions. Even though I'm feeling these uncomfortable physical sensations, I love and accept myself fully and completely. Even though I might be thinking about the crisis I'm in and thinking about things I wish I had done differently, things I wish I had done to prevent it, I love and accept myself unconditionally and completely. Even though things are feeling very life and death right now, even though I might be grieving a change in circumstances, and I might be thinking about a lot of things that I had planned to do or expected to do in the future that I can no longer do, I love and accept myself unconditionally and completely. I love and accept myself unconditionally and completely. Even though I feel so overwhelmed and like I have to do a million different things, I love and accept myself unconditionally and completely. I feel so overwhelmed that it's hard for me to take a breath, and I'm scared about things getting worse or wasting time. Even amidst these feelings of urgency and the biological symptoms that make me feel like I'm being crushed or overwhelmed, I love and accept myself unconditionally and completely. Even though it feels like I'm too busy to take a breath, I logically know that I always have time to breathe. Even though I'm feeling these feelings that are distorting my reality, I love and accept myself unconditionally and completely. And I invite myself to take a deep breath right now. I invite myself to remember that no matter what's happening, I can always take a deep breath. I love and accept myself unconditionally and completely. I love and accept myself unconditionally and completely. I love and accept myself unconditionally and completely. When I think about crisis, I send love to my younger self. Sometimes when things happen that I don't expect, or when I'm reminded of the fact that ultimately in life things are going to happen that I cannot control, sometimes I feel very small or insignificant or scared. Even as I hold these different feelings, I love and accept myself unconditionally and completely. When I think about the feelings that crisis brings up with me, feeling overwhelmed, helpless, powerless, afraid for the future, I really see my younger self. Moments where decisions were made without explanation, things that happened that changed my life that were never explained to me, moments where I had feelings of fear, pain, sadness, loneliness, loss, and no tools to move through these feelings. I reflect on this experience and I accept and love myself unconditionally and completely. I think about all these emotions that I had to deal with as a young person as a result of something unexpected happening. And I send my younger self love and acceptance, support, care, and validation. Even as I hold space for these feelings now, the feeling of panic, fear, and the reminder of what happened last time, I accept and love myself unconditionally and completely. When I think about my younger self and all that they had to navigate due to circumstances outside of their control, I see how powerful and brave they were and how they were given an impossible task with not enough support. I see this and I love and accept myself unconditionally and completely. I see and validate my younger self. I love and accept myself unconditionally and completely. When I see this, I can see how, even though this happened when I was a child, I am now an adult. I have a choice in how things unfold and the next steps I will take to respond to this unexpected or unforeseen moment. I love and accept myself unconditionally and completely, even as I may be feeling pressure to make the right decision or to act perfectly. I see these fears and I also logically know that sometimes there is no right decision. I see that these ideas might be coming from a place of perfection and might be creating extra pressure for me in this time of stress. I see these feelings and I understand that it might be the fear of my inner child talking. I see this fear, I see my desire for perfection, and I see the pressure I'm putting on myself. I accept and love myself unconditionally and completely. As I continue to reflect, I can also see that I do not have to make a decision right now. I can feel the urgency to move forward, and there may be things I have to address in this moment. These things may be feeling challenging, and I may want to avoid them. I see my desire to procrastinate, to avoid, and to create mental space for myself. And I love and accept myself unconditionally and completely. When I hold myself with love and compassion, and I think about the situation I'm in, I can be gentle with myself. And I love and accept myself unconditionally and completely. I see how this situation is difficult, especially because I'm having so many big emotions. I invite myself to take a breath. I love and accept myself unconditionally and completely. As I think about this situation, I think about the support systems that might be able to assist me in helping me judge appropriate next steps and to help support me through the difficult decisions I may need to make. I see that I need help in this moment and that sometimes it can be challenging to ask for help. I celebrate myself for knowing what I need, and I love and accept myself unconditionally and completely. I invite myself to take another deep breath. When I think about crisis and the ways that I've navigated in the past, I can see that I have the choice to navigate it differently now. I celebrate this choice, and I love and accept myself unconditionally and completely. When I think about this choice, I can see that I am an adult now, and while things happened when I was a child and I was under-resourced and had to survive these events, I can see that now I'm in a position with more agency. I love and accept myself unconditionally and completely. While I have more tools now, I can also accept that there are parts of this situation beyond my control. There are things that I was attached to happening that are no longer happening, and I'm feeling loss, grief, and disappointment. I hold these difficult feelings, and I love and accept myself unconditionally and completely. These feelings make me feel small again. They make me feel like a child again. And while I can make choices, a part of me feels like I don't want to make any of these choices, and that these choices are not the ones that I want to choose from. I hold my inner child, and I love and accept myself fully and completely. I hold these emotions close to me, and I see that there is so much wisdom in them. In these emotions, I feel my younger self expressing themselves. I love and accept myself and these emotions unconditionally and completely. I give gratitude to these emotions for helping me understand my desires and my own needs. While I'm tempted to push these emotions down, I look them in the eye and I take note of them. I look at them and I say them, I see them, I write them down, whatever I may be feeling. And I love and accept myself and my emotions completely. Whether I am feeling anger, resentment, frustration, the emotion of it not being fair, fear, overwhelm, the feeling that I can't do it, I allow myself to express and feel these different difficult emotions, and I love and accept myself fully and completely. While I may be overwhelmed by this situation, I'm able to remember that I do not have to solve this myself, and I probably just need to make one or two decisions. I don't need to solve the full thing. I hold this truth, and I love and accept myself fully and completely. When I think about crisis and how I've navigated it in the past, I can see that in this situation, I have the opportunity to move in a new way. While I may not see all the answers, I can think about how I want to move forward. While I can't control this situation, and there are many parts of this situation that I don't enjoy, I know that I ultimately want to have my own back. I love and accept myself unconditionally and completely. When I think about this situation, I want to think about the things that I can do to support my safety and stability, because I love and accept myself fully and completely. In the past, I know I navigated in ways because I had less agency, maybe because I was a child, or I was acting from a place of activation. In this moment, I love and accept myself unconditionally and completely, and I want to act from a rational place. I understand to do that, I may need to give myself time to calm down, and I may in these moments need to prioritize my mental stability. I love and accept myself unconditionally, completely. Ultimately, while this situation is scary, I'm remembering that I don't need to have all the answers. I need to ground, and the world will unfold solutions. I love and accept myself unconditionally and completely. As I reflect on it, I can see how moments of crisis are so challenging because I have to let go of expectations and plans that I made. Very often, moments of crisis lead me to feel emotions that I've been avoiding or am uncomfortable with, like pain or grief, anxiety, and fear. I feel these things now, and I love and accept myself unconditionally and completely. While this is uncomfortable, I realize that it's not impossible to hold these emotions. I invite myself to take a deep breath, and I remind myself that even as these emotions are difficult to feel, I love and accept myself unconditionally and completely. As I take steps to move forward from this crisis, I can see that I don't have to have it all figured out, and I don't have to act out of urgency to make these feelings go away. I love and accept myself fully and completely. With this love and acceptance, I hope I can navigate in a way that allows me to get sleep, eat meals, to rest, and that I can call on community members for support, even if it's difficult for me to remember who these people are right now, or if I'm feeling overwhelmed by reaching out. I love and accept myself fully and completely. I know that all I really need to do is to connect with myself, to take deep breaths, to remember that I am safe because I am committed to keeping myself safe. I love and accept myself unconditionally and completely. While I can't guarantee what will happen next, all I can do is to continue to love and accept myself with unconditional love and acceptance. I love and accept myself unconditionally and completely. And let's just take 3 breaths here. I hope that ritual was helpful for you, helped you feel ground or feel calmer in some way. Take a second, drink some water, see how you're feeling. There's steps we can take to care for ourselves, to deactivate, to take those deep breaths and make decisions from that calm place is truly an act of love. So I hope this exercise was helpful.